in 1951. So I'm 60 years old.
Baby.
And I've been studying Stonehenge since I was 20. So it's been 40 years of research. Now, Jane just now asked me, why did you get involved with Stonehenge? Well, when I was a little boy of 4 years old, my mother bought me a pack of puzzles. And she said, Bruce, if you can work this puzzle out, I'll give you another one, and so on. And from that age, I got involved with puzzles. I became very good. And it was, when I was 20, I joined the British Army. I was at Tidworth. And I set eyes for the first time on a fantastic puzzle. I didn't even know what it was. I just saw this object, tried to figure out what it was. And it's been an absolute obsession. I've done all my own research. I've just been out on Salisbury Plain for years and years and years. So I'm here today to speak for the very first time and tell people what I have discovered. So I'm going to ask you all now to take any preconceived ideas and put them in a little box and put them away just for this evening. So if you can, just empty your mind of any preconceived ideas and listen to what I've got to say. And once I've finished, you can take it back out again. So I'll begin, first of all, with the history. What we see Stonehenge today. So the first slide is the ruin. And let me do another one. There we are. And as you can see, there's not very much left of this. In the 1800s, a man would be there, and if you wanted to, you could hire a lump hammer for a halfpenny or a sledgehammer for a penny. And Stonehenge was used for many years as a quarry. People would go there, collect stones in barrows and take them away. And, it's a miracle that it's actually lasted this long. There's been lots and lots of fires been made around it where people have attempted to break off stones. Some of the stones, they've had tractors to try to pull them out of the ground. What is left is what people couldn't take away. And that's a jolly good thing, that they made the stones so big, they knew when they put them there, as long as the stones remained, the information would remain also, would be carried through time. So we'll just go through the different parts of Stonehenge for those who don't understand what these different parts are. There we are. Now that's the biggest stones. This particular thing is called a trilithian. Tri meaning three. And we have another picture of these. There's 5 trilithians, which are freestanding stones with the lintels on the top. They're freestanding. And the next is the Sarsen circle. Now you can see 3 lintels on this Sarsen circle. And there are 6, I think English Heritage put 2 back. What happened was that they've all fallen down. There was 4 which were original, the other 2 have been put back, but I don't think they're in the right place. So originally there was 30 upright stones and 30 lintels which went all the way around to form a perfect circle, 100 feet in diameter. And the top of the Sarsen circle is absolutely level and flat. And yet the ground underneath on the floor there's a slight taper of about 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees. So they went to great pains, really, to get this absolutely horizontal and level. So, next picture. Now, these stones are called blue stones. They're much smaller. The Sarsen circle the average weight must have been 25 tons for the upright, and this big Trilithians 60 tons. But these little baby ones, the blue stones, they weighed about 7 tons. And they go very deep in the ground, as do the Trilithians, very, very deep. And people have tried to pull these over, and they've tried all sorts of methods, but they go so deep that they've not managed to pull them out. And they're very interesting. The blue stones has caused a lot of talk. You know, people are saying that they come from Wales, and the sarsen stones came from Marlborough. So, there we go. And there's the other. Can you see the blue stones, more often than not, are in pairs. Not just at random, but came in pairs. Everywhere you look, there's two. So. Now, this is a very interesting stone. It's not the 2 stones on the top, it's the one buried. It's called the altar stone. That's the only stone I haven't got an answer to. I've found the object purpose of all the others, but I've got to admit I'm not perfect. I don't know what the altar stone did. It's not in its original position, so therefore I couldn't work out what its function was. The next one. There's the lintels. Now they're connected together, and they went all the way around, and they're about 2 foot 8 inches wide. So if you could go up on top, you could walk around. Quite big, quite substantial. And one of the questions what I had was, why are the stones so big? Why is it a circle? Why are they connected together? You know, this is what started to formulate in my mind. And in front of this circle, this one in the ground there is called the slaughter stone. And it was, everyone agrees, it was stood up on end, and it was originally one piece of a big trilithium. So there was 2 of these and one on top, and it was part of a processional entrance, if you like. So, next one. So it's fallen down thousands of years ago, and that's called the heel stone. Again, it was part of a big entrance on the outer circle of Stonehenge. There's only one remaining, but there was 2 with one on top. And people look at the heel stone, in fact it's called heel stone for sun heel stone, that they look for an alignment. Now this alignment isn't there yet. Because there was 2 of these stones, the alignment went through the centre and was perfectly in line with the orientation of Stonehenge. But over the last 4,000 years, the sun has moved across because of the precession of the planet, and the sun has creeped towards that. Now in another 2,000 years it will be directly above it. So the alignment isn't quite there regarding the summer solstice. It's moved over a period of time. Okay. Next. And that is a small stone called a station stone. There's 4 of them on the outer perimeter, and I'll come to its function in the next couple of slides. There's 4 of these stones. They don't look like they do very much, but they have a purpose. Now that's the 1950s, when Stonehenge, a lot of the stones were angled over and falling down, so it was decided just to straighten them up a little bit. And I don't think they've done anything wrong. It allows people to see the stones where we think they were, so it's okay. I don't think they've done too much damage. And next one. Now, this is the thing they don't mention. Not many people know, but Stonehenge is the black dots. That's the Sarsen circle. In the middle is this horseshoe shape of the Trilithians. But around the outside are 2 circles of holes. And there are 30 holes on each one. There's 30 uprights, 30 lintels, 30 Z holes and 30 Y holes. And these holes are 5 feet long and 3 foot wide and 3 foot deep. So they're like bathtubs. It doesn't show it very well on that picture, but the orientation to these bathtubs is the longer side is towards the stone. So the question was for me when I found out that these existed, well, why would they make these holes? Now, I asked the academics, I read the books, and the idea was the holes were dug by mistake 300 to 700 years after Stonehenge was built. Now, that seems a bit strange, but anyway, I said, well, once they dug these holes, did they fill them in if it was a mistake? Well, no, they didn't. The reason they know these holes are 300 to 700 years after Stonehenge was built is because of the sedimentary evidence. So these holes are filled in over a period of thousands of years. A few thousand years ago, it had just been hollows, but now it's all flattened and now disappeared. But they do exist. And there they are. They're very, very special to me. The YZ holes. And that's a picture showing Stonehenge, the YZ holes, and there's a small ring of holes right on the outside called the Albury holes. There's 56 of them. And if you add up the 56 and the 4 station stones, 60 again. And if you look at the Stonehenge, there's starting to appear as some sort of symmetry. This is what I was looking for.